Hi there, everybody, and welcome to our weekly show. We call it Tournament Horse Racing, and it's brought to you by Broke Eyes Handicapping. My name is Rich Sharp, and each week, me and my analysts will be taking a look at some of the top races from around the country. We compete in a little four race horse tournament, and we're actually basically competing on return on investment, or ROI. And the player who comes back with the highest ROI over that four race sequence is our winner for that particular week. Um, we compete in a tournament that actually goes throughout the year. Right now, what you're seeing is our first quarter tournament. We call it the prep season. There are about 10 tournaments that are in that race, and we're just about coming up on that very stretch run for the prep season. And before I go too much into the tournament, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to my racing analysts here. I'm going to start all the way on the East Coast. And Ray, thank you so much for staying up late for us tonight. Ray Torado, who
Oh,
lives in Staten Island, New York. How have you been, my friend?
I'm doing good. Just take a little break from the March Madness to handicap this nice Louisiana card.
That is true. And actually,
Yeah.
tomorrow night, Ray and I will be going head to head. A lot of
Mm.
blue going in that one. Ray's a
Mm-hmm.
Carolina fan, and
Yep.
of course, I'm a UCLA fan. So good luck to both of us.
Mm.
All the way out here in Southern California, he looks like he's actually asleep already. But just to a little bit to the south of me in Temecula, California, that is Joe English. Joe, how are you doing tonight?
I am tired, Rich. I am almost asleep. I usually get up at 4 in the morning to go to work, and since this is a weeknight, it's a little late for me. But otherwise, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
All right.
those darn going away parties for me. All right, and last but not least, just a little bit to the north of me, and as often the case, I just saw him about an hour ago. Stephen Newsom, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to start sharing my screen with you guys. And what we do here on Tournament Horse Racing is we'll go ahead and take you into last week's racing. And unfortunately, it's actually not going to be last week's racing because we took a break last week. I didn't find the cards too appetizing, although I did see quite a few good sequences out there. But going back 2 weeks, we were at Tampa Bay for the Tampa Bay Derby. And as you see there, it was kind of like a little bit of an old-fashioned broke guys handicapping or tournament horse racing, a little bit of slog fest or a little bit of chalk fest. I did come up with a win on that one. I got $16 on the day. And Steve came in second there at $12.40. And to take you into our summary for the first quarter, and again, we're about 7 races into this tournament so far for the year. Ray still with a commanding lead there, lead way out, and it's about $50 ahead of Steve. And even though I did get my second victory of the year, we don't count victories. We're just looking at ROI for the year. Again, all of us are chasing Ray, and we are chasing Ray well, you know what? And before I get into that, I will remind everyone that Stephen, Ray, and Joe and myself, we're just horse players. We really enjoy the game. We get together on a weekly basis to go ahead and share our thoughts here on horse racing. And in our little informal tournament, we do actually award prizes for this and things like that. But we always try and remind everybody we are not a touting service by any means. We are not selling our picks. We're just good old-fashioned horse players who enjoy the game, and that's why we're doing this on a weekly basis. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and head out to New Orleans. This is the Fairgrounds Racetrack. We are starting off with race number 9. They're going 1.125 miles on the main track. It is the New Orleans Classic Stakes. It's a grade 2. The purse is $500,000 for 4-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite is right there in post number 2, trained by Bill Mott and ridden by Junior Alvarado. Olympiad is 8-5 on the Fairgrounds morning line. And if I'm not mistaken, because of our little tradition that we have here, I actually get to go first in this particular race. And I'm all the way up on the number 1 horse. I'm the winner of last week, so I get to go first here. And I've got trainer of Todd Pletcher. Tyler Gaffleone is riding 3-1 on the morning line. I don't know, morning line might be a little bit generous. The horse is a 4-year-old. Comes out of races like the Peter Pan and the Ohio Derby. Actually won the Peter Pan and then finishes fourth, but just by a length there in the Ohio Derby before coming back off the long layoff about 8-9 months there. Um, Puts up a respectable speed figure, doesn't do so well there in the Razorback handicap here in February 22. Pletcher, as you see there, of course, all of his numbers are always good in this circumstance. And he and Tyler Gaffleone do hit at 36% together. Only a 6-horse field, and obviously trailing by over $100. I do remind everybody, We are competing on an annual basis as well as a quarterly basis. Some of us who are down here closer to the bottom might already be throwing in the towel to someone named Mr. Torado. You're up second here on Tournament Horse Racing tonight.
Well, actually, I mean, not to block you, but I also do like the number 1 horse. Um, the top Pletcher, this horse looked pretty good last year. I mean, he won, the Peter Pan, and it looks like his mile and eighth races are pretty strong in the back. His late pace figures are over 100, and looks like he has a lot of stamina. So this race is mile and eighth, and I would forgive the last race. I mean, first race off a layoff, he broke slowly, he had trouble, and he finished fourth, so it wasn't so bad. And he's trying to get some points for the Derby, so I think Todd's gonna have him a little cranked up, and I think he'll run well. And respectfully, I just hope he can break well for the rail and get a good race. So he looks pretty good. He looks like he has a lot of uh, n- stamina for the 9 furlongs. So I went with Promise Keeper also. Sorry, Rich.
No, no, no. And you know what? And before I turn to Steve, I did get a question about this. When we keep referring to blocking on this particular show, I actually don't think that there's any malcontent in the
Right,
race.
no, there was
I'm pretty sure that Ray had this
his
horse just
picks
from the tournament.
pre-picked. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, if Ray picking Todd Pletcher, Tyler Gaffalione is going to be called blocking, then there's a lot of damn blocking that goes on in this show.
yeah,
But in this particular case,
yeah.
when Joe or Ray or Steve or I actually reference blocking and things like that, Ray is in the front position. If you like NASCAR, just think of it as he's sliding over and behind and blocking those of us who are trying to catch up to him. So go ahead and take it away, Steve.
All right. Yeah. See, I was on the one also, but I just changed. I'm gonna go with my other pick, the 3 super stock. Joel Rosario and Steve Osmussen on board. They're winning at a 24% clip, so that's not bad. The horse is 2-0-1 at the distance in 3 races. It's won a couple of times, so take a little bit better odds here at 8-1.
And last but not least, Mr. Ingles.
Uh, Sadly, I'm on the one as well. It was more he didn't run his race last time. The bad break cost him any chance. He's a front runner, and he's the only one, at least in what I see in this race, is that's going to be anywhere close to Olympiad, who also has some speed. I could easily see the 1 and the 2 going out, the 1 being in front and the 2 sitting right off of him and trying to get ahead of him. Maybe that's the only way you can beat him. Um, it's a tough race. I couldn't settle on the favorite and 8, and as I tweeted earlier in the week, 8-5 is a pipe dream. There's no chance this horse is going off at 8-5. If you get half that, if you get 4-5, run to the window, because my guess is you're going to get closer to 3-5, 1-2 on this horse based on that last race that he ran at the Fairgrounds. So I guess I'm on the one, unfortunately, just like everybody else. But and Rich, just to clarify your question about blocking, generally you don't block this early in a tournament, especially one that's going for 10 weeks. Generally, you'd be blocking in leg 9 or leg 10, because if you're the one in front, like you were saying with the NASCAR analogy, nobody can pass you if you're on the same horses as they are.
Right, yeah. Yeah, he's trying to accumulate most money,
Right.
every week, every race,
Yeah.
I
Again,
don't know.
it
I still
usually.
think Ray's blocking.
Nah. Well, see, and that's the thing. Normally, and towards the end, Ray will go first in the last couple of weeks. So if Ray goes first, we'll know who he picks. So he can in effect block us, but we can always, shift and go to a different choice. So
Right.
All right, and we are up to race number 10. And again, we are at the fairgrounds down in New Orleans. They're going a mile and an eighth on the turf. This is the Muniz Memorial Classic Stakes. It's presented by Horse Racing Nation. Grade 2, purse is $300,000 for 4-year-olds and upward, and your morning line favorite is in post number 2, trained by Chad Brown and ridden by Foreign Giroux. Sacred Life is 2-1 on the Fairgrounds morning line. And Steve, you're going to go ahead and lead us off in this race.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm not on that one. I'm going with the 8, 2 Emmys. I don't know anything about Hugh Robertson, or James Graham for that matter, but the horses put up some good races, and not necessarily the last race, but the several races before that, first, second, first, second, third. So he's definitely competitive. But yeah. Oh, yeah. The other thing, the trainers got winning at 50% clip on graded stakes, so on 8 races.
Nice.
It's interesting. But yeah, I'm going with 2 Emmys, 15-1.
Ray, I believe we are over to you.
This is a tough race for me. I mean, you got a couple of 2 horses that are gonna be heavily bet. I could both trained by Chad Brown, so they're gonna get some action. So I mean, I could take the easy way out and pick one of them, which I do like Sacred Life, but I'm gonna take a shot here. I'm gonna go with 7, another mystery. He's a closer, and I'm hoping at the mount and 8th, he's gonna close it to a good position at 12-1. I'm just hoping for a good place price, more than what the favorite's gonna pay if they win. So if he wins, better for me. Um, you know, he had a good last race in
Wow.
Houston, a big figure. He won. I mean, he probably pushed for more distance, but a mileage should be enough for him. Get some fairground experience. So I'll go with another mystery. Just to try to get just to root for him coming home. Maybe it'll be closing, and I could get that place money or even the win. So 7 for me, another mystery.
Joe, you are up next.
I quit. Give me the 7, Rich.
I quit.
Are you kidding
Hey,
me?
Joe,
Just
you
start,
can change.
just start holding up little signs
Here,
with,
here you
you
go.
know,
Here are my notes.
what he said.
Here's my
What
note.
the
Yeah,
guy that's up
see,
in the
here's
square
my
right
note.
above
I am
that
not
one right
kidding.
there. Hang on. You know what? Hold on. Show me what I sometimes I block out my screen so I can't see you guys because quite frankly you guys are distracting. I'm sorry, Joe, what was your notes?
Said just give me the 7. Next, just move
Okay.
on.
All right. Yeah, let's save us some. I guess let's save us some time here. I was actually looking to try and score a little bit of a price myself in this particular race, and I was torn between 2. I guess I'm still torn. I was really waiting to be behind Ray, so I didn't end up messing this one up. This is the combination that I missed out on a little bit earlier this year, which is Michael Maker and Mitchell Morel, 40 under. And the horse did win the Colonel Bradley. That was 2 races back. And I think I'm going to go ahead and try that combination. I did miss out that day, so I didn't hit that horse at that price. But I was torn, like I said, I was a little bit torn between the 4 and the 5. And again, Uncle Mo, the horse is a 6-year-old. And Mitchell Morel is a solid jockey down there in the Fairgrounds area, that New Orleans area. And of course, Michael Maker. This is kind of his style, a turf race. So I decided to just go with the 5. Get us in the position here, and load our picks. All right, and
You
we
would have
are.
split on the daily double. 1-7. We could go half.
Yeah, there you go. We are.
No
All right.
comment.
We are on to race number 11, and this is the twinspires.com Fairgrounds Oaks. Grade 2 purse is $400,000 for filly 3-year-olds only, and your morning line favorite is sitting right there, trained by Steven Ausmussen and trained by Joel Rosario. Echo Zulu. She's 3-5 on the Fairgrounds morning line. Joe, look at that. You get to go first.
You're not getting 3 to 5 on her either, but
Yeah.
let's just make that
What about 1 to 9?
abundantly clear.
One
Well,
to five.
I don't know that I don't know that she'll be 1 to 9, but I think she'll
1 to
probably
5.
be 1 to 5. Yeah, it's funny. I almost want to ask Ray who he's got before I even talk, because I don't know that I think I may be wasting my breath. I'm going against the favorite because I don't need the favorite, being that I'm down like $70 or whatever it is. So I went to the horse on the outside, the 6 Hidden Connection, trained by Brett Calhoun, ridden by Relu Gutierrez. And she had a weird trip in the Rachel Alexandra. She was right outside Lacrete, who went wrong, and she ended up on a 3.5 length lead, which is obviously not where she wanted to be. She's not usually a front runner, and it just kind of set a weird dynamic for the race. This is her second start off a layoff. I think she'll obviously be able to run a little bit better, and if she runs back to her earlier Buyer speed figures, she's at least in the conversation with Echo Zulu. And she had a nice work on March 11th. 5 furlongs in 58-1. Obviously, I don't know how she did it, meaning did she go fast early and slow down late, or vice versa? But just being able to run 5 furlongs that fast shows me that she's at least healthy and ready to go and raring to go. And hopefully, I can get 5-1. I don't think I will, but if I can get 5-1, that'd be great. So the 6 for me, Hidden Connection.
That actually puts it up to me. And again, once again, I'm actually still going to be trying for a price. The whole damn you Ray angle. I'm still trying to just creep back into this thing. So I went Todd Pletcher and Todd Gaffleone once again. I figure I'm going to hit them one of these times. Hopefully it's with this particular horse. Again, they hit 36% together. This is the old three broke guys angle, Ray and Joe. This is the horse who's stepping up, the maiden special weight to the optional claimer of non-winners of one. The horse is out of Pioneer of the Nile, rest in peace, and it was a $500,000 purchase. Again, Tyler Gaffleone is Todd Pletcher's guy down there in Florida, and they're just moving over here to the fairgrounds. So I took favor, again, hoping to chop in a little bit to Ray's lead, and have a different horse from Ray. Steve, over to you.
The last.
You know,
Sipa.
is it me?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Did I miss this one? Joe, Ray. I'm sorry. It is Steve.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, I went with the favorite here. I don't know. This looks like the cream of the crop out here, and I went with non-favorites on all the rest of them, especially the next one. So yeah, I took a favorite here. Echo Zulu.
All right, and Mr. First Place, now it's your turn.
Well, the horse I'm picking is why I am in first place. Number 2, Turn Her Loose. This is last time we were at the fairgrounds. I tried a turf to dirt angle, and the horse won 17-1. So I'm gonna stay on the horse. I'm gonna stay on him. Her Turn Her Loose. She did good for me last time. Maybe she'll improving. She likes the dirt better. Who knows? The race came up a little light as far as figures, but she did win. And but I'm gonna stick with the horse. Turn Her Loose. Florent Giroux, Brad Cox. And let's see what happens. Ekazula looks unbeatable, but she looks like she may never lose. But you know what? This is horse racing, and things happen, and we gotta try and beat her at least. Well, at least if anything, if I could get a good second place at this price, I'd be happy. Which probably be 210 anyway. But turn it loose for me.
Yeah, and one of the I'm going to go
That's
ahead
the horse. Yeah.
and get us moving. I did enjoy the fact that you've got a gun runner daughter here in Post 1, and then you've got Nyquist, and then you've got Pioneer of the Nile, Bernardini,
They're good
for a little bit of
size.
the older
Yeah.
ones, and then right back to Nyquist once again, and finally Connect.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, really well
These
represented horse, in particular by the horses that we've all
Mhm.
seen in these recent years.
the Kentucky Oaks horses.
That's where they're headed.
Yeah.
And let's move along here, and we will get up to our feature race here on the day. This is race number 12. They're going 1 mile and 3/16. This is the twinspires.com Louisiana Derby. It's a grade 2. Purse is $1 million for 3-year-olds only. And your morning line favorite is out there in post number 6. We've actually seen him twice on this show already this season. Trained by Steve Asmussen and ridden by Joel Rosario. Epicenter is 7-5 on the Fairgrounds morning line. And Mr. English, I know you've been chomping at the bit all night. You get first crack at this one. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
Did I lose you guys?
nope, nope.
I hear you.
Oh, okay.
I hear you.
Did we lose
Who's
Joe?
I went first in the last race, Rich.
I'm sorry. Did am I back to Ray?
Wait,
I
wait,
think
who
so.
went,
Yeah,
wait a
I'm
minute.
sorry. It's back
You
to-
went
yeah.
first in the first race, Rich, and
And
then
then I gave it to Steve, Ray.
no, I went first in the last race. But
Okay.
last race I went first.
So, Mr. Torado, go ahead and take it away for us.
All right. Let's see. 9 horses. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Nah. I went on the outside. Rattle and Roll, number 9.
Oh,
Had a weird race the last time, Fountain of Youth. I'm,
nice.
for the 6th. Had a little trouble there. It wasn't inside, didn't run too well. Maybe didn't like the track. First race off the long layoff. Maybe he needed the race. Had a nice workout last time. I'm betting him based on he won the Breeders' Futurity, grade 1 at Keeneland. That's a nice race. Beat Classic Causeway, who's one of the favorites going to the Derby. So, maybe he'll get his act together and run better now at Fairgrounds. Who knows what happened last time, but he finished 6th. It was a good race for simplification and the other horses. But maybe he'll just improve and second race out. I like the side Connect. He's a homebred out of Curlin. And no, he's trying to get some points also. I don't know if he get points for the Breeders' Futurity, but I guess this is 100 points maybe could be, probably.
I apologize.
So
You are correct. This actually
is
is
it
this
100?
is a Kentucky Derby points
100?
basis.
Okay,
So
yeah,
yeah, 100 for the
I think
winner,
so.
50 for second, and 20 for third.
Yeah, so
All right. Well, Joe,
I'll play him.
we'll hand
I
this
don't
off to
know.
you now. Yeah, Mr. English, go ahead and take it away.
All right, I'm gonna take the only horse who's beaten Epicenter this year so far, and that's the 3 Call Me Midnight, who beat him on the square in the Lecomte. I like the workout pattern. He's been working 4 furlongs, then he stepped up to 5, and then even the 6, and then a nice 4 furlong blowout last time. He's got to catch up to the favorite because obviously Epicenter made a big step forward in his last race to win going away in the Risen Star. But again, I like the fact that they're taking their time with their horse. Keith DeStormo, who has had success in the Triple Crown Trail with Exaggerator. So I'm going to take the 3, Call Me Midnight, and hope to get 8-1. And if you're playing the pick 4, I hope it doesn't chalk out on you.
Well, I was going to hand it off to Steve, but actually, since I'm on the exact same horse as Joe, I would just kind of do that thing where I point upwards and sit there and say, what he said. So I'm on the 3 as well.
All right. Well, I'm right next to you guys. I'm going with the 4 Curly Tail at 30-1. Colby Hernandez in Dallas.
All right.
Here we
That's it.
go.
You guys like that one, huh? Oh, a horse won his last
Yeah.
race, and maybe he's just coming into his own. Like
Mhm.
Curlin. So yeah, I'll take a chance at 30-1. Maybe I can catch Ray.
Yeah, there you go. I had actually looked at I like the horse that's called Zozos, but I did eventually just settle on Call Me Midnight based on, like I said, what Joe said. So all right, let's go ahead and fill that one in, and then I will come back to everybody, and we'll wrap this thing up real quick.
This will be the longest Derby Pup race.
It is a mile
Yeah,
and 3/16. Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
No,
Well, actually, wait a minute, Ray. And actually, this is a good segue if we have time. Is the Dubai, the one they're running in Dubai, do they run a Derby prep
Oh
for?
yeah,
Or
mile
Yeah,
is it a
there is,
mile?
yeah.
you're
Is
right.
it a mile and a quarter?
No, I think it's around 3/16 also. I think, yeah.
Okay.
I
Because
believe
yeah,
so.
'cause
Yeah.
obviously they're running that race before they run this one, but I thought it was
Yeah.
probably in that same. I thought it was about a mile and a quarter, but I could be
Yeah.
wrong.
Okay.
But I
Well,
know it's definitely a mile and an eighth at least.
Yeah.
before I run us out of time, you guys want to take a look at the screen there and make sure I got everybody
I'm
correct?
good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, looks good to me.
All right. And let me go ahead and stop my sharing screen. And I'm coming on back to you guys. All right. Well, that's how we do it here on Tournament Horse Racing. And we'll be keeping score on Saturday. There'll be a flurry of text messages going back and forth between ourselves. And then we'll come back next week. And let's see, where are we? I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and pull that back up.
I thought we were
And,
split next week.
and we have a split
Florida
that is going.
Derby
Yeah,
and
Ooh.
there you go.
Arkansas Derby.
That's it. Look at Joe.
Oh yeah, you're right.
All number.
The week after is our favorite episode of the year.
It's back.
Big Four Boars.
Here, I'll go ahead and share one more time. That's just about 60
I'm hoping
seconds
to
left
go
here
to
in
the
our
wood.
session. So there we go. We are going to be at Gulfstream Park and Oaklawn Park next week for the Florida Derby and for the Gulfstream Park Oaks. We'll do the Arkansas Derby and it looks like the Fantasy Stakes. Those are tentative. The Florida Derby and the Arkansas Derby are for sure, and we'll see about the other two races in there. And then we will finish out the season with another split technically between this tournament. We'll finish up with 4 races that consist of the Santa Anita Derby and the Santa Anita Oaks. You also get the Wood Memorial and the Bluegrass Stakes. And in addition, as Joe alluded to, Pick 4 Wars, where we compete against each other in the Pick 4. So, guys, Ray, Joe, Steve, you guys know it's always a pleasure to handicap
Yes,
with
it is.
4 of you. My name is Rich Sharp. This show is called Tournament Horse Racing. It's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. Good night, everybody.
Right.
Night.